Foxes and Their Dens by Martha E.H. Rustad, and then Gail Saunders Smith was the consulting editor. So this is a book about the homes of foxes. Here's my table of contents, and that tells me where each section or chapter begins. Dens. Foxes are animals in the dog family. Foxes live in dens. Fox dens are under the ground, in caves, or in hollow trees. Foxes put leaves and grass in their dens. So, from what you know about animals, why would they put leaves or grass in their dens? Yeah, that makes sense. Arctic foxes make their dens in snow. They dig into the ice and snow on the ground. So there's a little hole, and there's an Arctic fox in there. And what do you notice is different about him? Different about that Arctic fox compared to this fox on the previous page. Yeah, his color. And why do you think he's white? Of course. Yeah, that's an adaptation so he can camouflage. So he can blend into the snow, so it'll be harder for his predators to catch him and harder for his prey to see him coming. Foxes sometimes use dens made by other animals. Foxes dig to make the den bigger. So look, he's stealing the den from another little animal. So some other animal dug out that small tunnel, and the fox is going to dig it and make it bigger so he can fit. Fox dens often have more than one opening. Foxes can escape if a predator enters the den. Young foxes. Young foxes are called pups. Pups are born in the spring. So there's a mama fox, and there are the pups. As many as 10 pups are born at one time. The pups grow fur. They stay safe and warm in the den. Adult foxes bring food to the den for their pups. The pups live with their parents for about 2 years. Can you imagine with humans if a 2-year-old had to go out and live alone and leave the house? Wouldn't that be silly? But foxes, by the time they're 2, they're old enough to go live away from their parents. A good home. Foxes use the same den for many years. Dens are good homes for foxes. That's the end. There's our index. You remember the index is a place where I could look up information to find out what page it's on in the book. So in a nonfiction book, if I wanted to look something up and I didn't want to have to read the whole book, I could look it up right here in the index and see if I could find the page number that talked about what I was interested in. So if I wanted to find out about spring and the foxes, how significant spring is, I would look in my index. I know it's going to be in ABC order, so spring starts with an S. So I'm going to go through the alphabet until I get to the S's. Oop, there's the word spring. What page would I look on? Yep, 14. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to see there's the word spring. It tells me that fox pups are born in the spring. Okay, now I'm going to let you look at one. Can you tell me on what page in this book does the book talk about caves? Caves. Caves begins with a C, so we know it's going to be near the beginning of the alphabet. And these words are in ABC order, so let's look. Ding, ding, ding. There it is, caves. What page? Yep. I'll flip back to page 6. Oh, and it mentions caves because that's one of the places where foxes sometimes make their dens. Excellent. And this is the glossary at the end of the book. And remember, the glossary is a small dictionary, a place that tells me what words mean. So if I'm reading along and there's a word that I don't know in a book, I don't want to just skip it. I want to either check and see if there's a glossary or look it up in a dictionary or ask someone nearby what the word means. So if I wasn't sure about that word predator, I saw it in the book, but I wasn't 100% sure what that predator word means. I could come back here to glossary, and it's in ABC order, so I'm going to go down to the P's right here. Predator, and it says an animal that hunts and eats other animals. So is the fox a predator? Yes, the fox is a predator, but are there also predators that might eat the fox? Yes, that's why he hides. That's why the foxes hide in their dens, because there are predators that want to eat foxes, just like foxes want to eat something smaller. Good. Okay, and here is a list of more resources. Some other books about foxes, and www.facthound.com, and you can look up some other information.